This is yet another sad but very common story. On October 17th, a young man by the name of Kentrell Settles, who was 21 years old, was in a car with his girlfriend. Nothing major there, right? Well, he was at a red light that eventually turned green. And the car in front of him that was driven by Deborah Benningfield, who was 23, did not like that he, I guess, honked to let her know that the light had turned green because maybe she was distracted, as people often are when they're at a red light. Maybe they're on their phone or something. Okay, still not really a big deal. But apparently to Deborah, it was. So it sounds like she followed Kentrell, I guess, sometime and was screaming and hollering. They said she was waving her hands and things like that. And eventually she took out her weapon and shot him in his chest, piercing his lung and went through his heart and cost him his life. Now she took off. And it sounds like through license plate readers throughout the city in Indianapolis, Indiana there. They were able to identify her. And in fact, it says that when the authorities caught up to her, she and her mother were at a gas station trying to remove identifiable stickers and things like that to her car because she wasn't trying to get caught for taking another person's life over a green light. So nevertheless, she is being charged with murder and reckless driving and some other things, as she should be. And I'm going to say this right now. I hope that she is found guilty to the fullest extent of the law, whatever that is, right? Because surely you're not that mad that somebody honked to say, hey, the light is green. Because what are you doing that you don't see the light is green? And why would that make you mad? As many have already said, including his father, Kenneth, and, the authorities there, that shouldn't cost somebody their life. What else do you got going on to where somebody honking will cause you to come unglued like that? So there's a couple of things here. And I always have to tell my daughter this, right? Not that she acts like that, but sometimes if we're behind somebody and the light is, green and it turns green rather than they don't notice, I'm like, they'll figure it out because we don't know what kind of fool that is, right? And then sometimes, especially here in Houston, man, the light could turn green like a second and people are, It's like, man, can I lift my foot from the brake to the gas? But so I'm saying with all of that, we got to use emotional intelligence. It ain't that serious. Don't take it personal because nobody in either one of those cars, and I'm not necessarily speaking to their situation, but to anybody's situation, we don't know each other, right? I'm not going to get mad because you honked at me, whatever your thing is. And, a pastor told me in a congregation a long time ago, we need to learn how to be patient, right? Because a lot of times people want to take off real fast or whatever it is when the light turns green. I remember, and he says, you don't know what you're being saved from, right? When you're stalling or for whatever reason is. But I remember one time I was in high school, me and my boyfriend, we were in a car and the light was red. Then it turned green. And for whatever reason, we didn't go right away. It was a couple seconds or whatever. But as he was getting ready to go through the green light, a car going the other direction ran the red light. Now, if for whatever reason, my boyfriend at the time didn't stutter, if you will, we would have been T-boned and I would not be here talking to y'all. So I always think of that kind of stuff because we don't know what we're being saved from. But again, back to this story, that shouldn't cost you your life. So she's a fool, she's an idiot, and she deserves to be locked up for the rest of her life. So she could think about having some emotional intelligence and not taking things personally because somebody is saying, the light is green. Come on, let's go. Because green means go. It doesn't mean to lose your marbles and go bananas and kill people. That's not what that means. So yeah, she gonna have to pay for that one. And RIP to Kentrell because, his family speaks so highly of him, said that he was a nice young man, basketball enthusiast and all of that, and had a great life ahead of him. And, condolences to his girlfriend who had to witness him lose his life over a fool that did not want to be reminded that, hey, you're at a green light. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube. Peace.